Massachusetts area? Yes. It begins in 1602 when an Englishman, yes, Bartholomew Grosnold, sailed across Massachusetts Bay and around the Hook of Sand that he named Cape Cod. Yes. Oh, look at Mayflower. Yeah. A compact. Ooh. An agreement to serve as their basis of government. The Plymouth colony never prospered. In 1691, it became a part of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Yeah. Now, the Puritans had come to America in order to worship as they pleased. They were against people of other beliefs. Non-Puritans were not welcome and were severely treated. Oh no. It seems that the Puritans didn't like other non-Puritans. Yeah. That would be a big problem if you weren't a Puritan. Pooch. Now, since I'm not in the family and I'm not a Puritan, yeah. I just wanted to know these laws that you're refusing to enforce. Yes, there's a possibility today. That sexy, erotic way. Now, Massachusetts becoming more prosperous. Yes. Now, it is such that Massachusetts did pass what was known as the first universal health care. You know, for every candidate for office of the United States presidency, I would ask you to carefully consider those that you appoint to the various departments. See, you fill out a candidacy form that gives me the right to sue. Yeah. And the governor of the state of Washington, in his Puritan way of refusing to acknowledge the laws, happens to be a candidate for the presidency of the United States. Now, my thought was I was going to remove from office every employee of the state of Washington for not having a super ego. Mhm. Now, this thought, yes, that my sons are neglected and abused. The immorality of terminating my parenting rights without an actual parenting custody termination hearing. Yes. And then you're just going to conceal all of this treason. See, my thought was you're not. I'm actually going to use what is known as the War Crimes Tribunal. You know, I was having this odd thought last night. Are there any employees of Homeland Security? Yes. And did each of you think that, well, terrorism's our jurisdiction? I thought that when you were obligated to enforce the laws, yes, you did not have to wait for the police to arrest somebody before you used your jurisdiction. Yeah. And then it's a war crime, then it's actually the United States military that tries them. Why don't you get me all the employees of Homeland Security since they got going? Right now! Now, these Oh, no, not the Homeland Security. You know, it is possible, yes, that those in the homeland didn't realize, yes, that if you don't do the arresting, you don't have the authority. Yep. Now, I had wanted the United States military to arrest those in office, and I thought a big war crimes tribunal, yes, involving tens of thousands of individuals that got involved in the family, yes, where we would televise it everywhere in the world. Yeah. Now, there is a big problem with the refusal of the enforcement of the treaties of the United States. Yeah. Now, just so I know, is there a religious test to be in office? See, it seems that if you're not in the family, you can't be in politics. Yes. And since I don't support the way of doing Christianity, yes. Did somebody said, well, there actually is a religious test, except we don't tell people about it. Now, for these judges that said, well, I'm not liable, I'm going to sue. Well, I'm not in the family. You're obstructing my right well, let's say you are political. You're a large-breasted woman that does want to evaluate the attractiveness of other naked women. You know, it's not the sex that we're going to have together. It's the naked pictures that you get to look at. Yes. After you make the biochip videos, a lot of women will just be stimulated at the thought of looking at 100 naked pictures of naked women out there.